What's going on, everyone? One sec. I gotta piss real quick. Give me a sec. We're going live though. We're here. Just enjoy this. It's a hard not life for us. Man, that was a great pee. Holy crap. That felt amazing. You know when you just take a really good one? It was a great pee. So relieving. Man, what should we listen to? Kind of listen to some music. It says no data? What's going on? What does that mean? How does it say no data? It should be excellent. It should be there's no lag. I think YouTube's just so whack. I hate YouTube live streaming. It's so bad. Anyways, we're here. Great to have everyone. Like a full send. Yes, a full send piss. It's just so relieving. I don't know. Maybe I was holding it in for a while. I don't know. I kind of listen to some music. Y'all want to listen to some? I don't know what we're going to do. I'm kind of in a good mood. I kind of was watching After Hours, Poggers in chat. It was feeling pretty good overall. So, put an ad right there or something. I don't put ads in my lives. So apparently I didn't know either. I didn't know if I push the ad button, it puts him in for the replay. So that's good. I guess that's cool. It doesn't affect anyone here. Play Outcast. It burns when I pee. There you probably have something wrong with you, but okay. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't there before. I've been there before. Nasdaq looking really good. I don't know why we're on the 1 minute chart. Excellent day. A little recap of the day, though, in the Discord. Let's give a little recap. There's no more space, so I'm not advertising. Just a recap of what we traded today. If you don't know, from Thursday or Friday, we obviously had X, which we ended and got out, or I got out today at 23.70. Took that big fat loss, and then obviously we triple bottomed and went up. So that was a loss right there. Lost about $2,000 on that play. Then I got into Peloton. We got the bottom down here around that $99. Rode that to about 101.20. Got out there. That was solid. And then obviously the big play today was AMC. AMC, we got into options about 1280, 1270 range right here. We were topping off. I liked how strong it was. That's why I got into it. It was pretty great. We got a little drop and then pumped right through. Beautiful stuff. 1390. Golf claps in the chat. Great to have everyone here. This is where we are, baby. He's too young for Outcast. I'm 23 years old, baby. I think that's still Outcast age. I think I wasn't I think to actively be listening to them and I'd be like, hey, turn Outcast on. When I was younger, I'd have to be maybe born in 95, maybe. I'm a 97 kid, so. But yeah, I'm aware of who Andre 3000 and Outcast is, baby. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Jesus Christ, Brandon. What are your current options? I will put them in a video tomorrow. But yeah, so. Also, too, I want to definitely put some emphasis because I definitely think I've maybe diluted the importance of shares, and that's not what I want to do at all. Also, I appreciate if you like the video. It does help out, or something with an algorithm or something. I don't know. We do a lot of roulette streams here at night. Play some blackjack, maybe do some crash. We're full degenerates here on the channel. I like to entertain. It's my full-time job is entertainment. But I want to emphasize that shares are important. Anyone holding shares, I commend you, and you live a lot less stressful of a life than Tyler does, right? But what I will say is that shares but people the thing with shares so options, obviously, right? I had to cut my options when we hit this level, right? And then I waited. IV died. Got back into options. Boom, took off. We're back in the money. Feeling good, right? Now with shares, you don't have to worry about this drop. Like I actually added a few shares. You know what I mean? I added like 100 shares, and then I added a few more. So like I wasn't like, I didn't care. It was like whatever. It's just money, right? So that wasn't that big of a deal. So I will say, like, when you have shares, like when you have this drop, it's like that's nothing. You know what I mean? It's like a 15% drop, literally nothing. So you have nothing to even stress out about when that type of stuff happens. So that's the thing, when you have shares, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. What I will say though about the movement that we're getting today, we got to push up to about 13, 14 bucks, give or take, right? Got rejected, came down the VWAP, came up double top, came back down, looking very pretty on the after hours, about 13.9, 13.92 for a little bit. I mean, overall, looking phenomenal. I like to see that. We're definitely making higher lows. You're making that trend on the upside. You love to see that as well. We'll be watching out for the morning. I would suspect pre-market we come out strong. Again, what I'm looking for today, and I mentioned it, everyone in the Discord, you heard me mention it all day. I think we have upside till 13.9 on the Nasdaq, which is going to inevitably lead a push up on all indexes. If that happens, it's going to follow straight over into AMC, I believe. I didn't know we'd get this big of a push with the Nasdaq's help, but I mean, obviously, it's working out pretty well. Tyler, all options, baby. Also, 500 shares. Great to have you. What is AMC at right now? It's like at 813.86, right? Yeah. So, I have 14 calls expiring June 4th. I'm up 190% currently. I don't have enough capital to exercise them. Would you try and unload them? Totally up to you. Totally up to you. I can't tell anyone to get in, get out, anything like that. I would say just don't be greedy. My options do expire on the 18th of June. They were dirt cheap. I will say, and I pointed this out in the video from the day before yesterday, I think. Maybe, yeah, I think so. The implied volatility, it's dirt cheap. I mean, it doesn't get any cheaper than this, you know? So I will say that it doesn't get cheaper than this, what we're seeing. We cracked right below the moving average. This was just beautiful entries. They were dirt cheap to go 4 weeks out. You don't get that type of opportunity often. What do you think on lots? Big lots? What is lots? Car lots? I don't know. I'm not really a fan. Anything like tech or any like actual stock, I'm watching throughout the day. I'm not interested in pre-market or after hours. I'm just trading based on reactions on how we're trading. So like when I traded Peloton today, it wasn't based on the chart. I mean, well, the chart looked good, don't get me wrong, but it was based on how good the Nasdaq looked. Like I say, like if you want to get into day trading, stuff like that, you got to become best friends with the indexes. That's how you make your money, is the indexes. You find the indexes, then you find stocks that lag behind them, and that's how I trade typically. I liked Peloton. It had a dip. I mean, going back to Peloton, we caught the dip perfect. We had the Nasdaq taking off, but guess what? Peloton dipped this morning down to the monthly level and then bounced. It was one of the easiest trades of the day. We got out a little bit early, but I did get out early because we did take a loss on steel. So I wanted to guarantee a win. You know what I mean? I thought we'd push up to 102. I was right, but I had to take profits early. Hey, Todd, did you ever buy into Root? Or are you still waiting? I haven't bought into Root yet. No, I have not bought into Root. I explain everything in the Discord. I don't make constant update videos anymore. And I'm not going to put like 2-3 hours into a video if it's not going to get any views right now on YouTube right now, personally. This is not really like where I want to spend most of my time. And people like the AMC videos. If I'm invested into the stock, I mean, they're really easy videos to make. Granted, they take a little time to edit. But for the most part, they're pretty simple for me to make because I'm just explaining what I'm kind of going over in the Discord. With, I guess, a more fun way of explaining it as well. But yeah, so I'm not going to like make a long series of videos and stuff on stuff that's just not going to be worth my time. But no, I'm not in Root right now. We're going to the moon. Yes, we are going to the moon. I hope so. Plot twist, Wanda comes out with 3 million shares, sells them all. I try to watch all your live videos. You love your humor. Love you too, Brian. Love you too. Your thoughts on T-Cat? I wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot pole. I'd act like it has syphilis. I would not want to touch that girl. Bought some end of money forward calls at the end of the hours, hoping for a rebound. I wouldn't have wanted to touch Ford. I think Ford and GM are pretty overpriced. I think Ford especially. They had some good news, but double top kind of going on over here. I hate it. Crypto looks great today too. Crypto does look good. I will say crypto does look good. Crypto looks phenomenal today. Good, solid bounce. Be careful. What are some good calls for AMC, my guy? Well, you waited kind of until, the volatility spiked. I kind of keep preaching the same thing, It's you want to buy when the IV is low, and we got the IV low again. Like we had an opportunity. You're not going to get these opportunities often, but when you do, you definitely have to capitalize off of them, and you got to push down. You had stagnation, and we just got a little bit of FOMO pumping in. We got like 1270, but all in all, did really well. Tyler is a bum. Philip is Maddie mad because Philip has 3,000 shares of GameStop. Drew no money coming. Yeah, he's Andrew no money. Did he post a video or something? He's probably coming to make another video on the stock. He's like, oh, pumped. I'll make a video on it today. Tyler, is that website on a lag at all? I don't know. I would not be able to tell you, but what I would say is it probably updates every day at the end of the day. That's what I would assume. Especially for like the free version. What happens to AMC? Philip JK, winky face. How much was the IV when you bought it, your calls? It was about like 130, 140. It was really nice. They were cheap. They were very cheap. For 4 weeks out, they were dirt cheap. That's what I mentioned in the Discord. I couldn't pass up on them. They were so cheap, I couldn't pass up on them. Belmont mentioned you in one of his videos for like 15 seconds or so. Oh, you want to watch? You want to watch this video? I think I'm banned from his YouTube channel, though. He banned me from his Twitter. I know that. Belmont. I'm not going to be able to watch the whole... I'm not going to be able to... like. You have to give me like a clip. I've been waiting for him to go live, though, because I want to hop in. He hasn't been live. Maybe I can't see his videos. Maybe he banned me. I don't know. But yeah, so... I don't know. I mean, you can mention me, but like, obviously, track record says Tyler's the undisputed champ, baby. You know what I mean? Go watch my videos. Go watch Belmont's. So just wait then when the IV drops. If it does, if the IV drops again, I don't know if I'll be wanting to enter immediately, just because we have so much catalyst in the near term future. You know what I mean? So like with AMC next week, we have the shareholder vote or whatever it is, right? So that's essentially going to be as well. The share recount, so that's pretty big. We have the Trey interview, really big as well. So, and then we'll probably get some type of news from that interview as well. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see what Adam Aaron says. I assume he says something. I wouldn't suspect that he does an interview just to like chill with Trey. Maybe he does. Maybe Trey and Adam Aaron kick it. That's pretty cool if they do. Congrats to them. But yeah. Yeah, what about Anchor or ETC? Don't really care about any of them right now. Tyler, bro, I just want to thank you for teaching me. No homo. Ethan, so much homo. You're welcome. Dog water. Yeah. I don't know what's dog water, but I agree. Dog water indeed. I really want to catch this pump. 5 o'clock's about to come, so we'll probably see some movement. Normally have at Thursday, Friday, pullback. Hard to say. So what's your point on AMC in case the market crash? I would rather AMC be done before the market crash. If the market starts dumping, like we saw what happened last time. I'm just saying, like we saw what happened. Now, granted, Wanda, it was like a perfect storm. We had Wanda selling. We had Ortex give out the crappiest numbers and the greatest data mishap of all time. And then the market sold off. So it was like 3 crazy just X factors of poop, right? So we saw the market sell off here. Plummet. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Like, it's like your girlfriend. Like, she's like, I'm breaking up with you. But she's like, I'm breaking up with you. But I'm seeing your dad. And I'm pregnant. And we're engaged. And you need to move out of the house because our son's going to live in your bedroom. Like, that's kind of like the news that we had on AMC. It was like, boom, boom, boom. Like, it was a lot, right? So, like, I don't know if it could get too much worse of a day than that. But all things considered, even with all that bad news, you still barely dropped like $1.30, $2 maybe tops, and then you trended sideways. That's pretty solid. You know what I mean? Pretty amazing. And now we're pushing back there like within 5 days. Pretty amazing. Ortex is just one indicator. I agree. Thank you. You've been listening. Tyler, tell these gives it a cup and handle list. I don't necessarily follow cup and handle, head and shoulders, all that mumbo jumbo. Personally, that's just not me. But to each their own, I guess. Bro, I just seen your 4 people post on Discord. Yeah, someone tried to. So the Discord's full. If you don't know, I'll probably open it maybe the beginning of the month. I don't know yet. I don't know. Like I'm kind of like seeing like where we're at, like in the Discord, and like if people think it's getting crowded or not. If it's getting crowded, I might just keep it closed. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But someone paid like they went in and customized a payment on Patreon for $5, and I was like, well, if you paid, I guess I'll just give you permissions. You know, I don't want to be like a scumbag. Like you paid for it, right? But like they paid $5, and I just went like I got a notification. I was like, "There's no $5 tier," so people like are just being cheap on it, and it's like whatever. So if you pay $5, you're gonna get banned. Oh, also too, I'm gonna give out 2. Yes, crap. I'm gonna give out 2 free subscriptions. Crap. Good thing you reminded me. Log in with YouTube. Dun 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 dun. So let's log in real quick. So we'll give out 2 free subs. So should we wait a little bit, or like since we have like a few people, do it now? Like, what do you want to do? Hashtag Kyle. We don't talk about Kyle no more in this chat. Kyle's dead to us. So I don't know. We'll do that against. I don't know. If markets crash, they take our money and they pay the banks. 2008 speaks volumes. I feel blessed to be in the Discord. Now. Okay, we'll do one right now. What's the keyword gonna be? Keyword. We'll do Ooh, what should we do? Mune. Of course, Mune. MEWN is the keyword. Channel members. I don't know what a channel member is, but you'll get some more luck. And then regular members, you're gonna get 3 times the luck. So if you're active in these live streams, I'm gonna give you a little bit more luck. So just type in Mune or type in like hashtag Mune. Type in both. So type in Mune and then hashtag Mune. Either one of them. Type both of them in just to be safe. But yeah. And so I'll do like in 5 minutes. We'll see everyone's name will come on this list. Dun 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 dun. Hope everyone's doing well today. Someone said moan. Y'all are all such trolls. Dun. If you're just joining, MEWN gets you in for the giveaway for a Discord membership that's currently locked. So, Mune, but I'm good with my membership. You just want to see if you... I honestly, like, the most random people win. I can turn this luck thing all the way up. It's people that have never... And you have to be subscribed to the channel, so make sure you're subbed. But, yeah, it's always people that either aren't subbed, like I've never seen them in the chat before, and like they win. I'm like, who are you? But whatever. All right, so I'll do it now. Who wins? Oh, Dirk, you won. Dirk, you won. Do you want it, Dirk? Or you want to give it to someone else? It's up to you. I might give you like a free hoodie or something, Dirk, if you remind me when I get those made. Dirk is already a member. Give it to someone else. Okay, we'll do it again. Dirk's being generous. What a guy. Who's PR Rican? I'm assuming that's Puerto Rican. I don't like the name. Not that I don't like Puerto Ricans. It's not that creative of a name. When are you planning on getting them made? I'm trying to get the font right on the front. I might get my sister to do the editing on it. PR Rican, are you there? We have like 5 seconds to comment or say something. If you don't comment or say something, you're not getting it. That's me. Okay, email me, and I'll get you set up. Just email me. Oh, 1394 golf chat golf claps. golf claps, golf claps, golf claps. Tyler, is the Mune rocket dropping tomorrow? I think so. We'll see. I hope so. I'll do one more real quick. All right, one more. Brent Robinson. I don't think you're subscribed to me, though. Brent. Wow, you're not subbed. Are you subbed, Brent? Brent, are you subbed? I can't tell. It doesn't look like you're subbed. Oh, 395. Oh, mamacita. I just subbed. Oh my gosh. Brent, you weren't subbed. All right. You can. I'll give it to you, Brent. I'll give it to you this time, okay? But if you're not sub people, you're not getting it next time. Send me an email. Send me an email. I'll do one more. Send me an email and I'll get you set up in a little bit. Probably not right now though, but I'll get you set up sometime before tomorrow. This is it. The last one. Last roll. Blaster. Hey, you're not subbed. You're not subbed, Blaster. You're not getting it. Oh my gosh, Blaster, you don't get it. I'm sorry. Next one. Samut Gushkan. I'm pretty sure you might be a member. You've been here a long time though. But you're unsubbed as well. You're not subbed. What is going on with you? Why are y'all not subbed? Man, another one. Next one. Chopper. Chopper, you are not subbed. Oh my gosh, dude. No one's subbed. This is tough. Next one. Jim Bean. You are also not subbed. Man, this is like insane. Are you guys not subbing? Jim Bean, you're also not subbed. Okay, next one. Oh man. Wrong, I am subbed. Are you? I don't know. Are you subbed? Let's look. We're gonna go to analytics. See if you're lying. Look at that pretty face. I need to get a different picture. That's a terrible picture. We're gonna go to. How do you check? You want to see how much money I made? I think I made like 2,800 or something. Yeah, 2,900. Wow, that's crazy. That's because people have been donating money on live streams though. I don't know why. People donate money on live streams when I'm like gambling on Roulette. Like, what are y'all doing? I'm out here gambling. You're like, dude, give him money. Give him money. Recent subs. I'm checking you down. Let's see if you're lying to me. If you're on this list, buddy, you're out of here. Oh no, you're not. You are a sub. You are a sub. Okay, email me. You three get. Okay, you three all get. I don't know why you're not on here, but you are. You're not lying to me. You're not lying. Send me a picture to my email. I'll get you set up, or just email me. I don't care. My email's down below. Don't send porn to my email, please. That's for my other email. But yeah, so we look pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Great to have you. I do recommend if you don't like really crude and jokes that go too far, don't join the Discord. But yeah, besides that, you're pretty good. Daddy been going off the rail on blackjack. Yeah, we did pretty good. So yeah, like so. The past 2 nights, I put in 900, 900. We came out with 5,400 total, so that puts us up like 30 something. And then I lost a 900 and then like I think a 500. So like I'm up like almost $2,000 right now. So we'll probably play some more tonight. I have my friend. He's texting me right now. He wants to come play, but I think I have to wait. I think my Cash App like has a limit on how much Bitcoin I can send. I didn't know that, so I'll probably wait until like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock so I can do any more. So we'll do some more later. Obviously, guys, I appreciate it if you like the video. It helps out. If we hit a, I mean, like, I guess like if we hit like, how much should we do for a free sub? How much should we do? Like, how many likes do I need to get to give away a free sub? I feel like 100 is really easy. I don't want to do 100. Like maybe 300. Every 300 we give out a free. I don't care. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Thanks, Wanda. They gave us more power over in stock. Bro, look, like I'm just saying, like people were like calling me racist in my last video, but I'm just saying, China gives us coronavirus. Then exactly a year later, these bros sell off all their stock. Think about it. These guys, people, and I was thinking about it too. That's pretty kind of a joke, kind of not really. But Another reason Wanda probably sold, and I would assume now people want to say Wanda is selling off a lot of their American-based companies. Yes, they are. True fact. But one thing I will say is that I think that Wanda doesn't like not having as much control, because Adam Aaron even mentioned in their last earnings call, he was like, if we ever wanted to do a deal or if we ever wanted to get a vote, all I did was fly to Hong Kong and we did a vote, and then we get dilution passed or we get something passed. But now Wanda does an old primary, percentage of the business. You know what I mean? They sold some back, a few months back, and now they sold more. So, I mean, before they sold this last batch, I mean, obviously they didn't have enough control. So I would assume they probably didn't like control and like not having that next level of control as well. But needless to say, stop with the racism. How am I racist? I'm not racist at all. My brother's Hispanic. My dad's black. My mom's white. I don't know how I could be racist. Jimmy Jazz in the Discord. He's like my best friend. Dude's built like Leslie Chow. Love the dude. You have a Chinese haircut? I have a Chinese. Are you sure? I don't think I have a Chinese haircut. If anyone has a little Chinese haircut, it's Jim. It's Lane from the Discord. I'm obviously not racist though. You guys are you're sexist. Oh my god, I think you're all joking now. You're all joking. I might be a little bit of all of it though. I don't know. Tell when you buying? What you buying when we go to Mune? I bought this morning. Bought a lot this morning. I have a Chinese peen. Oh man. China virus. I'm gonna start putting the Donald Trump China virus. Stating facts makes you a racist. Oh man, here we go. Joe Biden's in the oh god, dude, this is gonna get dark really quick. I'm so sorry. What else we got going? Ball on my alls. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do tonight in the Discord though. I'll probably do the live on here. I don't know yet. I actually asked someone about which VPN is best to use for streaming. They didn't get back to me. So we'll have to see what happens. Hey, can you explain what the price might look like during the squeeze when the price goes up many times violently, people will recover? Man, so we get this question a lot. So first of all, I can't give anyone like a direct answer like on what price. Like people ask me this all the time. And for someone that gives price targets fairly often, when it comes to the actual squeeze, it's impossible to give you a target, right? Like it really is. So like in theory, if you get above, the double top of $36, right? I mean, no one can give you a target above that because we've never been there before. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's almost impossible to say we're going to X, Y, or Z. Now, if we break above, I think 17 is the next big resistance after 14.5. And then after 17, it's about like 20 flat. Like that 20 to 19.5 range is going to be pretty tough. But yeah, so like that's just areas that I see resistance at. But I think if we start breaking above 14.5, this thing just starts running. Like I don't know how many positions start to cover and when they start to cover, because like if that gamma squeeze starts happening as well, things will get interesting there. Dr. Evil shorted AMC, but also empowered by Joe Biden's along. Roll your options breakdown. I don't typically roll. I will just sell and then wait and buy more. If we all communicate together, we control the stock goes to. Most Mooners are on the right platforms. No, I don't think that, and that's extremely dangerous too for being like manipulation of a stock. So I will not tell anyone when to sell or to not sell ever, because I never want to go to prison. That's like my life goal is to never go to prison. My brother went to prison, and I never want to go to prison. So that's not going to be for me. So I will never tell anyone when to sell, when not to sell, anything like that. I just post my positions. You know what I mean? And that's just what I'm doing personally. Take with that whatever you want to do with that. Today was a beautiful day on the calls. Yeah, the calls killed today. Going past 1K, bud. Ryan, I hope we do. I really do hope we do. We don't sell, we hodl. Those $40 strikes for 18s keep increasing and piling. They're killing right now. Yes, they are killing. What software do you use for charting? For charting, this is tradingview.com. It's very easy. It's cheap as well. My man's colluding. What is with the dudes on POTUS? Yeah, some people don't like the president. How much you up today? Let's close. We can see it close. I think only 7,000 at the end of the day. If I would have got in on Friday, I'd be a happy person right now. But it's okay. Today could have gone either way. Yeah, like 6,000. Because I only put 20,000 on it this time. So we're sitting at 27.3. So we're almost up we're up quite a bit. Nothing illegal about suggesting to hold. Yeah, there is. If you really look at giving financial advice, yeah, it is. I can say all day this is not financial advice, but if I give you financial advice, it's financial advice. It can be okay, I'm not gonna murder you, and then I'm gonna murder you. It's I'm still murdering. You know what I mean? It's still I'm not. So I'm never gonna tell anyone to do it. I just tell people to just don't be greedy. You make life changing money. Do what you want with it. End of the day, people are gonna do what they want to do. People I think YouTube is I think YouTube has made it abundantly clear that a lot of these guys, I'm not saying the people that are making videos still, I'm not talking about any of them, but most of these guys, I'll name call them out right now. Andrew Mo Money, Belmont Capital, Uncle Bruce, there's probably some more. I don't the Ralph dude. People hated on me for a long time. They said I was, just riding AMC. I was doing it for views, doing it for that. I don't know. Ask anyone in the Discord what happens, what I trade, how much money we make, how much money I make when I post my profits if they ever want to see it, how much I put in a trade when I do it live here as well. But I will say that all those people, they've really shown their true colors as they rode AMC. They really didn't show too much of their positions along the way. And then when it started to drop and it kind of looked like we were rejected at that last $14 level, they all went MIA. You know what I mean? They dipped. You know what I mean? We got rejected right here. Belmont said, I'm gone. AMC's going down the trash can. You know what I mean? It's funny how people would start to flee because okay, it's ending. Let's see what happens now. And Belmont said it was going to go to $5, $6, right? And now it's back up at 14. Andrew Mo Money said, I'm going to go to GameStop. Obviously, we've seen what happens with Andrew. Bruce, I don't know what the guy does. He talks about bagels most of the time. I don't really know. So it is what it is. I don't know what to say. But that's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily trying to attack anyone. I'm just trying to say that at the end of the day, it's your money. And you need to do what you want to do with it. Don't really care about anyone else. At the end of the day, no one else cares about you. You know what I mean? And I try to relay that to people in the Discord is just because I'm holding my, for instance, we had Peloton today, right? And I said, I'm looking to get out at 102. And I was holding, and it got closer to the end of the day. And I was I'm just going to close it out at 101.2. I close it out, and we ended up pushing to 102. I tell people all the time, you have the choice no matter what. This is just my personal trade. You can do whatever you want. I don't care if you hold. I don't care if you sell before we get there. Could care less what you do. I'm just posting what I'm doing and what I think is going to happen. That's all. It's all. I can only control what I want to do. I can't control if someone else gets out and they flip the stock on me or anything like that. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you don't know what people are going to do. Money makes people do crazy things. The truth does hurt, guys. Never cared for Andrew Mo. Money gives me snake oil. Shots fired. Matt Tolley, you're about to get banned. Because you're not listening to what I'm saying. Obviously you're not listening. I'm trying to ingrain some logic into people's heads. Because this whole, we all need to take profits at the same time is stupid. No one's going to take profits at the same time. No one's going to do that. You know what I mean? The likelihood of that happening is next to none. And looking at GameStop, everyone said the same thing back here. When we pushed up, everyone, whenever the stock got held, where were we at? at 400, 500 bucks, wherever we were up here. People are like, let's just hold, let's keep holding. Well, I guarantee the guy that sold up here at 380, 390, he felt no shame. And if I was that guy, I would have felt no shame with my options. I would have been the happiest guy in the world. So, it's like whatever you want to do. So I was right about Polygon. Is Poly the crypto? I actually, Ignas, I think I know who you're talking about. I think, yeah, I remember you. I liked Poly a long time ago. It's just crypto's terrifying. Dun, 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 dun. All you gotta do is believe. I'm new to the stream, but I've been watching your videos. Great to have you, Harry. Smash the like button here, and thank you. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button. It does help. Tyler was shorting pot. I never shorted Poly. I don't even know what Polygon on the crypto. I don't think you can short it. Can you? I don't think you can. It's so difficult to short cryptos, and there's no margin. 388. No one should make you feel bad for taking profits. Godpill greater than Uncle Bruce. Andrew Meatball. Yeah, I mean, at least Godpill puts his money where his mouth. That's like the positive you can say about Godpill. He puts his money where his mouth is. And granted, he gives crazy financial advice that I would not give to my worst enemy, but it is what it is. I want 5K, nothing less. How do you know when the game is screen transition to the short squeeze? Man, hard question to answer. Really based on just the price action and how it starts moving. I think, look at GME. Fuck, I hate coming back here. So difficult. So one could have argued that when we started holding at like 40 to like 50 bucks, the disc queued the gamma. Like you started getting this gamma level, you started pushing up like crazy here. And then after this, then short started covering. Okay, so that one could have theoretically argued that. But the short is typically a lot larger than a gamma squeeze, historically speaking. Gamma is just from options, which everyone talked so much crap about options, but it's kind of funny. I don't see no one talking trash about them now. No one's talking bad about my options anymore. Everyone's like, hey Tyler, you got any more of those $14 call options? What's going on, hey man? I don't care about any of the SEC documents, to be honest. I kind of was on I've been trying to do some of the Twitter spaces and like hopping into random ones. So if you're on Twitter and you're in a space, I might just randomly hop in there. But I know, because really what I'm trying to do is just, I want to understand people's viewpoints better so I can give better content, right? So I think the best way to give the best content is to know whoever you're speaking to. That's just like marketing 101. And so I'm trying to like just understand people better, because I understand I can say things really blunt sometimes, or people get upset, or people can just take it the wrong way. So I'm trying to understand people's opinions. And like I was in a space last night, and someone made a really good point. The guy's name was like Rocket, or I don't know what his name was. You might know him on Twitter. I don't know. His name was Rocket, I think. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm sitting in there, and I was talking. They were talking about the new stuff, and I was basically saying I think that's leading up to bigger type. Wait, sorry, I'm looking at this right here. I think that most of that new stuff is leading into like bigger instances, like across the board, and that I think AMC, GME are kind of just like the tip of the iceberg. And then we saw stuff with like Archaeos and these other capital firms, and that's like kind of like what's really going on. And what he said was really interesting. He was like, well, Tyler, I think you kind of could be confusing people, because they like the new apes, or the new apes, if they Google like Archaeos and Viacom, it could confuse them, because obviously Viacom and Discovery plummeted, right? Like Discovery, like they died, like from the margin call, right? They got just completely murdered. And I was like, you know what? Actually true. So, but how I'm trying to describe it, and I should do a better job, and I should probably simplify it more, like with the car insurance quote thing. That was like probably like some of the best like analogies I've given so far. But like with that, I should explain that it's not so much about the action of what's going on. It's about the underlying action and principle that these hedge funds are using, and they're borrowing more money than they have. So yeah, this is the inverse of what's happened on AMC, or what you what you want to happen on AMC, this is the inverse, right? They were basically borrowing a whole bunch of money to long the stock, and then they had all this stock, and it's like worthless because they don't have any money to pay for it, right? So they have a whole bunch of the stock that they can't pay for. So it's essentially worthless. That's why I recommend people go watch the movie Margin Call. It explains it perfectly. So if you want to understand this right here, the movie Margin Call, it literally explains this perfectly. Like, it's kind of a cheaper made movie, but a lot of good actors. It explains it perfectly. It like literally in depth explains the over leverage, and it makes it semi-simple with kind of some twist of like complexity, but it's the easiest way you're gonna understand like a margin call. Anyway, so that explains this. So I've been trying, needless to say, to understand and kind of involve myself with people more, even though I hate people, but I love you guys. Like I like you guys through the computer, like, but like in real life, I'm pretty antisocial. Gotta admit, your streams are getting much better. I've been watching you on and off for 2 months. I had to tune out a bit. Bira. Had to tune out of YouTube a bit around, is that the God Pill era? Thank you, I appreciate it. And that just comes with like, and like, you only get better at something by like analyzing what's wrong with what you're doing. So like, for instance, like me with streaming, like, or me with making my videos, it's just about analyzing where I struggle and then getting better at it. So like if you're trading, great example. If my struggle here is having paper hands, right, and I'm missing a lot of profits, then analyze why you're taking profits too early. You got to start, being your own worst critic. You got to start attacking yourself and getting better at what you suck at. You know what I mean? And so like with content, I had to like go out and see who I'm talking to. That's like the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can only get better at talking to people that I'm not good at talking to is if I try to understand what they want to hear or kind of how I can make my content more appealing to them or simpler for them to understand. You know what I mean? 500K baby shooting for these stirs. I lose brain cells when I see his videos. God Pill has. I want a Chinese haircut. Tyler Wilson. Think about it. What company benefits from AMC going down? Disney also fits in the takeover for Discovery. So I think there's a lot of companies that are over leveraged on, that hedge funds are over leveraged on. We're in an area that companies their valuations are ridiculous. That's why we just had earnings, some of the best earnings ever. If you look at Facebook, if you look at Apple, if you look at PayPal and Square, right? They all had phenomenal earnings, okay? But they're not pumping. Like a year ago, we had these phenomenal earnings and Zoom was just going out of control. Everyone remember, like Zoom beat earnings and they went up $100 the next day. Like insanity. Now, we're having Facebook, even though they're losing AdSense from Apple, they're still performing at great, amazing levels, but the stock isn't really moving. It'll go up like 1%, then come right back down, and it's like nothing's happening. Okay, so this lets you know that these companies are already priced at such a high premium. And what's going on, and this should tell you, is that most of these companies are being over leveraged on. People are betting too much money on them. They're already overvaluing what they're worth. That's what it should tell you. That just like with Viacom and Discovery, all Viacom and Discovery did in the past 10 months or whatever you want to call it, however long it went on, and their charts look identical, which is pretty funny. All they did from this point A here to right here was announce a streaming service. Cool. Not really that super. I mean, they actually announced it back here. So from 19 all the way up to almost $80, they basically 4x'd. The only thing announced was the streaming service. Incredibly overvalued. I don't think too many people, I don't think there's value to prove it's an $80 streaming service or increasing that much in value from the network to just a stream. It's crazy. It's insane. So that's my opinion there personally. And I think if you look across the board, this is happening with a lot of stocks. And so that's why you're seeing when you have this, I mean, the earnings season we just had was beautiful. It couldn't have gone better. Literally, earnings could not have performed in a better fashion. You could not have asked for a better earnings season. This was probably the best earnings we had since last summer, as far as like tech and stuff. Incredible. What up, bro? About 20, $12.50 May 28th call options at the market opening today. Let's get this bread. Hey, Drew. Golf claps in the chat to you, baby. Golf claps in the chat to you. You're on the way to getting one of those, okay? You're on the way to getting one of those. I know for a fact hedges will help a company that's at the top of its industry take out the competition. I have been around the meetings. I don't really get caught up in like the conspiracy stuff personally, but like, yeah. So that's just me. I just like go off of like, you know, what I can look at and stuff like that. I mean, you can't worry about stuff you can't like see or control. You know what I mean? If I can't see it, if I don't know it, there's no point in me stressing out about it. You know? They pumped Discovery so AMC would look like poop. We need the belts in here merged for Discord. They're like that was like $100. That's like $200 after tax. So I bought it. I was like, man, this is the stupidest thing I bought. I was like, but I don't even care. It's just money, right? I subbed a dollar the day after I bought my shares. I'll never regret it. Great D1. Love you, man. But I think I'm going to do a competition in the Discord where I will award people with belts. I don't know how I'm going to do it, though. I'm thinking. Just more stupid ways to spend money. 20 will be a magnet once we hold 15. Yeah, I think getting above 14.5 is, like, huge. Getting above there, like, we have so much room. It'll be like, yeah, I agree. Todd, do you own any AMC stock? If so, how much? First time watching you, brother. 8. So I had like none. I had like 40 on Webull, and then we started dipping, and then I started buying stock. The first stock I bought was about right here at 12. We dipped really quick down to 12.60. I bought some there, and I bought a little bit more here at 12.3 right here. I'm regretting not buying options at that level, but I had to practice what I was preaching and was waiting for the IV to decrease, which we did today, and that's when I got in today. So I have about like 180 shares total. Nothing crazy. But I've made all my money from trading options. You know what I mean? But now I think it's important. Like, and I understand people should be buying shares, and it does help out the cause. And I'm trying to, against better judgment, help where I can. $13.98. Hey, $14. We're bringing the belt down. $14. We're bringing the belt down. Okay. When would you be looking to get into higher strikes? I'm not. I'm looking to... So the options we got today were incredible. I literally was talking in the Discord. And if you're in the Discord, then you know what I said. I was like, guys, we just got the best options possible. I couldn't believe it. I was driving. I was like, dude, this is like... I was like refreshing it because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The options we got were June 8th... I don't want to talk about them yet. I don't care. Who cares? They were June 18th, $13 calls, and they were $1.70 a piece. Dirt cheap. That was cheaper than the options we bought originally for $12 when we were like barely getting to them. It was just, it's so cheap, the options, and there's like a month out. So potentially if we really start squeezing and getting that squeeze up, I mean, we can hold those options the whole way. I have no pressure at all. They're insanely cheap. The IV slowly going up now. If we get another push tomorrow, no doubt in my mind, the IV really starts to rocket up, which would be huge. Discord DMs. Oh my gosh. Do I need to look at this? I have so many people DMing me right now. It says AMC 500 million. Yeah, so I saw this, the 500 million stand. I need to research this a little bit more to make sure. Blah, 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 blah. I need to look more. Look how crazy it is. Held by institutions, held by insiders. There's literally like no... It's insane to think about how many shares like investors really hold. That's honestly just insane to think about. That really does like dumbfound me. Bree, you can't blame anyone for saying it was a fake, saying it was a short attack. The stock was on the verge of breaking 14.5 while it will sell. Apparently, Mother China has called on its business to go home. We kind of anticipated that it was Wanda. You know what I mean? I mean, really, if you've been on the channel, when we were back here at 12, we did say, I was like, dude, Adam Aaron. I was like, I don't know. But this dude's probably, on the whole way up, I was like, guys, Adam Aaron's going to sell these damn shares. Like, there's no way this man isn't going to sell shares. Like, I didn't think it would be here. I thought maybe 14. Maybe he waits till like 20. That would have been smart. I didn't think he would wait for like a squeeze, but I thought he would like wait a little bit to get more bang for his buck. And then we announced 9.7. I was like, oh, guys, it's so good. Adam Aaron sold. I was like, y'all were like screaming at me and going to burn me at the stake for saying in my videos this man was going to sell shares. And now you're all happy. And they coming up here, I was like, okay, Wanda's selling. Like you saw someone. It wasn't BlackRock and it wasn't Vanguard. You know, it wasn't them. But yeah, because BlackRock was buying the whole way up right here. They've been buying this whole thing, so that was pretty huge by them. Have any thought on YouTubers covering AMC like Trey or Matt? What do you mean? What do you mean about them? If you're like, I've stated my opinion a lot. Like there's a few things that like that I care about. If you're making content on whatever stock you want to talk, if you're making content on stocks, there's a few things that matter, in my opinion. Just a few. One, are you putting your money where your mouth is? So if I'm saying I love the stock, are you buying it? Okay, you buying options? Are you risking money based on that stock? So like for all the people that are making, just type in AMC. Now, I understand some people don't want to post their AMC position. Maybe they don't have a lot of money. Maybe they don't. Who knows? Like Tom Zuzullo, like, he bopped over from making Palantir videos every day to AMC videos. You know what I mean? Like, so that part scares me. Like, and it's really unfortunate because people are going to watch these videos and trust what they're saying. Like with Short the VIX, kind of displaying a lot of false information in some of his videos and going over these rules. I recommend too, if you're seeing someone only cover rules and like new DTC stuff, that should concern you because that's all they're following. And we actually haven't really had a solid move based on any of those rules coming into effect. I'm just saying it's not a coincidence. That's something to take into account. But like, if you're putting your money where your mouth is, so like, in my opinion, Trey could be like, this is just my opinion. Trey could say, I think the stock's going to 30,000. Okay. Trey believes that. I would be forced to think in my head, Trey really believes the stock's going to 30,000. You say, why, Tyler? Well, Trey put in $80,000 in shares and then some options, I think, but primarily shares. The guy likes the stock and he believes in what's happening there. That's just like 1 + 1 = 2. Okay. That should tell you something. Matt Kors, he's buying a stock. I may not agree. And actually, Matt Kors, I will say, past few weeks, he's been giving pretty transparent content. Like, he posted, like, he said, like, some negative, like, whenever they had the earnings call, he was like, some of the stuff, he's like, I don't think it was that good. And, like, I don't think some of the news, he's like, I think they'll ask for more dilution down the road. I was like, wow. Okay, cool. Like, I'm honored that he said that. It's super cool. So, that is, like, should be the two main things. Are you putting your money where your mouth is? And then, are you giving financial advice? So if you're telling people, guys, you need to be buying this stock, which comes back down to, are you even putting your money where your mouth is? Also, too, you shouldn't be telling anyone to buy any stock. That's kind of ridiculous. Rocky Carini. People call me FUD and my account is 99% AMC. I'm still open about AMC. I think something sucks. Yeah, so that's my point too. Like, I mean, like, if I don't think something's good, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone's noticed that. People don't always get, like, people got mad when I mentioned the potential move of a stock split. I mentioned it wasn't like the highest possible thing, but I still want to mention it since it's a rumor going out there. And it would be detrimental if a stock split got announced. And I think you should always prepare for the worst in any situation, especially when it comes down to your investing. You should always be prepared for the worst case scenario. Just my opinion. Why would it be too late to enter right now? Right now is a decent time to enter. Do whatever you... options are scary. Shares, I don't think anything... Risking, I don't think shares are that bad. Options are pretty sketch right now. I actually bought 100 shares today, though. Hey, helping the cause. So when a person replied to me saying one of your videos trying to send me... I can't do anything about the WhatsApp stuff. I banned them plenty of times. They just keep making them. Like, obviously, I'm not doing a WhatsApp. So, yeah. So, preparing for the worst. What's the worst case for AMC? Many will hate this. Worst case scenario is you get no pump. You stagnate at $14, I guess, and start pushing down a little bit to this Trey interview. Adam Aaron comes out, asks for people to vote for the dilution, says it could be positive potentially, which this is like absolute worst. I don't think it's going to happen. People don't vote for it, and then like a month or two down the road, they do a stock split. Stock split would be detrimental. If they did a stock split, that's a worst case scenario. Like if they do a stock split, that's like terrible. But like I said, I don't see it happening for months. And I definitely see the short squeeze happening a lot sooner than later. I don't see it dragging on. Like I don't see it doing that. The stock split rumor is going around primarily because as a company, it makes logical sense to dilute the stock. Now, that doesn't mean they want to dilute it right now. That's why I'm saying. As a CEO, if I was looking at this, I was like, okay, how could I do what's best for my company with the situation? Then I would sit back and I would say, aha, I know. I'm going to do what GME did. GME is completely restructuring the whole base of their business. And how are they doing it? They're not taking on any new investors, nothing like they're not taking on debt. They just diluted the stock. If they can completely change their business model based on some dilution on this short squeeze, and their valuation is still out of this world, GME is not a $180 stock. But guess what? There's a lot of people that like the stock. There's still a lot of people short on the stock. So it's still sitting at a very high range, right? But what they did, and what Ryan Cohen was like, this is pretty smart. We should do. We're going to dilute this thing, and we're going to keep diluting it. Why? So we can have as much money in the war chest as possible to have the money to do what we need to do. It makes sense as a business. That makes sense. Now, AMC, they used the last bit of dilution that they had. I believe it would make sense to have dilution available to have at least in your war chest. Now, if we start pushing to, let's say we push to $100 and they could dilute 100 million shares. Do you know how much that could possibly do for the company long term, to where they potentially would like not have to worry at all potentially for like any type of bankruptcy ever if like 3 COVIDs hit in a row? You know what I mean? So it's all about just taking advantage of opportunities. So that's why I think it's most likely eventually, that's the key word, eventually down the road will happen. But yeah. My theory too, though, going into the end of this month, I was like, if we start getting this short squeeze and we start pushing like crazy, like, and I think everyone had the same anticipation would last like a week, maybe like 4 days, right? And if you got that going into the interview, I would have anticipated Adam everyone like, guys, can y'all vote yes for the squeeze? It would really help out the company. And I think everyone would have been like, okay, Adam, we got our squeeze, we made our attendees, you can have the dilution. That's what I would have thought. But we're not getting that move yet. I mean, like, we could have it tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah. Companies there only no false. So that wording is bad. Karani, the Rev, whatever her name is. A company is there only to make money for its owners. That's not necessarily true. As a CEO and as the executives of the company, your job is the safety of your investors' money, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's safe if the stock goes to $25 overnight. That doesn't mean it's safe. I mean, actually, that can mean it's high risk if it's moving like that, right? But if you have a plan, you can, reduce the possibility of the shares ever being worthless. I mean, that's the safety of your company, of your shareholders. Yeah. But I think voting yes, if we don't get a squeeze, is stupid. That's my opinion. I kind of said it was a bad year from the beginning. I think eventually it was going to have to go through for the longevity of the company. It will happen. But I think it would hurt the possibility of short term of a squeeze. 100% it would, I think. So yeah. Call me Marshawn Lynch. You know why I'm here. So you don't get fined. Well, no, the CEOs did that. They gave themselves the bonuses so they wouldn't sell shares. So it's kind of a good thing that they didn't do it. And no executives are selling shares. They gifted some of the shares out, but they haven't sold. So it wasn't a bad thing that they did that. It could have potentially hurt it. It could have potentially hurt AMC a lot. All signs point to a squeeze. Simple math puts it there. God Pill said the same thing. Fake squeeze will go to 100, 200 meters. Say it's over. Don't fall for it. If you make life-changing money and do whatever you want, I will continue to say that forever. If someone's like, they're making $30,000 a year and they make $200,000, like, what are you talking about? Like, who are you to tell someone to hold? You know what I mean? Like, totally different. God Phil's a lunatic. Yeah, that's funny. Nasdaq rest of the week. Nasdaq looks good. Nasdaq's bumping on the after hours right now. I think we're going to have a strong push up to like 13.9. Dollars high tide going into Nasdaq. Most likely. It's been a long day. I did not sleep enough last night. Do you think they will have a phase squeeze and new investors might sell? No, I don't think so. Keith, Patreon. Can't find you on Discord. If you're in my Patreon, my name is El Jefe. It's usually the one. It's at the one at the top. Someone will probably tag me. How long until after hours closes? I thought it closes like 8 p.m. for me. Up watching Survivor returns Lori. That's actually pretty funny. Space puts. Be careful. I'm not touching it. Scary stuff. Much needed for your sanity. Happy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna post another video tonight. I kind of just wanted to do a stream. I've been kind of tired. I'm really tired today. I had my son. I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm ready to take a nap. I'll probably take a nap here in a little bit. Thoughts on ETH? Be careful. I think crypto's in a weird spot. El Jefe, that is a cool name. El Jefe de AMC y Petróleo. The oil and AMC boss. It's a joke. My life-changing money is at 400, so it's gonna be hard for me to not to sell then. Yeah, I mean, like, everyone's different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think everyone's plan to sell should be the same. It's like bad logic. You know what I mean? It's like, should a millionaire and should an average middle class person have the same goals financially? Probably not. I mean, maybe long term, maybe, yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. Opinion on $40 calls expiring in the money. When do they expire? Those $40 calls are exciting. Those are interesting to look at. Sell on the way down or up. Depends. I mean, depends where your profits get to. It depends what your options are, how you have your options. It depends shares. There's tons of stuff. I mean, options, most likely you sell as you see the open interest decreasing, which is most likely on the way up. June 18th. Oh, man. It's hard to say. Do I think they will? They could. If you start to really get a push, they could. Would I wait for them to get into the money? I don't wait till expiration. Tyler's my dad. Pretty sure you're old enough to be my dad. What's going on, Walter? So, yeah. Do anything is a quad witching day? Yeah, I won't be holding probably on June. I quad witching entry as well last time. Tyler, have you thought about liquidity issues once calls become thousands of dollars? That's why I just was talking about open interest. I've explained this a lot too. The best analogy is if you watch The Big Short, they explain this really well. So in The Big Short, if you've watched the movie, at the end of the movie, there's two guys, right? And they're the ones that work with Brad Pitt in the movie. I think his name is like something Redding or something. I don't know what his name in the movie. Anyways, so Brad Pitt in the movie is kind of like a weird guy, but he represents their broker. So whenever you want to get to the big table of trading with people, if you're a hedge fund, you can trade like high position options and swaps, right? And you get a better rate. So let's say like my option rate for my entries were $1.70. Well, if you're at a hedge fund and you have more money and you have more capital, obviously you're going to get a discount, and theirs may have been like $1.60 per, right? But they're gonna have millions of dollars worth of options going. It's totally different, right? So when that happens, you have to obviously be a fund to get to that point. Now, their fund was smaller. It was just two guys. They were like 23, 24 years old. And they put 50 million on it, so they used someone else to do this for them. So that's why I'm just describing Brad Pitt's character in the movie. So that's who he was. He was their like individual private broker. So they, at the end of the movie, they have their money. They shorted the housing market. They made tons of money. And their position was on paper worth about $200 million. But in the end of the movie, you see Brad Pitt. He's on the phone. It's kind of interesting how they're doing it. It's probably a lot different than that, but it gives you an example of how you get out of those positions. And so he calls up. Who did he call up? I forgot what bank. I've seen the movie so many times. I thought it was Credit Suisse. I don't know. Anyways, so he calls up a broker and he's like, "Hey, I have a whole bunch of AA swaps. Or do you want to buy them?" And the guy's like, well, "How much do you want for them?" He was like, 200. They're on paper, we're worth $200 million. And I think they put in like 50 million on them, right? And so the guy was like, "I'll give you 70. Like, you go from 200 on paper to giving you 70. Because what happens is they become worth so much, and there's only like, you can only pay so much for them as they get to such a high rate. And the people that held the longest were actually Steve Carell's, Mark Baum, and them. They held the longest. But I think they ended up selling at like 95 million. They took like half of what they were worth. They still made a killing, and then they made a killing on other options as well. So it shows that you're probably not going to get maybe what they're worth on paper. Potentially, if you wait till the very end, you'll still get a good amount. But yeah, so hard to say. Maybe that was a little bit hard to how I explained that. But I recommend like the movie, the Margin Call. Margin Call is a really good understanding of how corporate greed works and how typically they don't completely lose every time. And then 2, Big Short, obviously one of the top movies of all time. Buy this dip. Is it dipping? It's not dipping. What are you talking about? Cloud witching happens 4 times a year, not due. Yeah, it happens end of every quarter. How does getting tax on profits hit? Go to your CPA. I don't do my taxes. I don't like it. I go to someone, I hand them all my paperwork, I leave, and I come back. Dude, I'm exhausted. Wilma fist fit. I'm exhausted right now. I'm probably about to hop off. So if you have any more questions, please ask before I hop off. I might be live for like another 15, 20. I am really close to 20K subs. I'm pretty happy. That was cool. I like kind of noticed that. I think Jimmy in the chat, or Lame, whatever his name is. Yeah, he's the one that messaged me like, "You're about to be at 20K." I was like, "Oh yeah, I know, crazy." So that's really cool. I think we're at 1985. Yeah. Like 150 more. Pretty wild. Gotta hit CrossFit, rest up, go. I know I need to, right? I gotta go work out too. I'm like so dead. That's another reason too. When I just don't do nothing, I just get tired. When you opening more spots in the Discord, maybe end of the month. I don't know. How do you read the OBV? Oh man, crap. I don't really know how to explain like how I do anything I do. I kind of just do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like something you've been doing for so long. You just like, it's just second nature, I guess. Man, it looks so good. Look how good that looks. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I know you like In the Money, but do you have any thoughts on Enhanced Market? I don't know anything about the guy. Twitter can be rough for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the Discord. If you won the Discord giveaway, just DM me there, and I'll get you set up later. Have a good one, guys. It was a good little live stream. I passed on your videos for so long because I thought you were this dude guy. That's funny. Have a good one, guys.